Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The 400 Blows. And this movie came out in 1959, and this was considered a classic, and I was curious to check it out, and I thought this movie was really good. I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. I would recommend it to people. It's very well shot throughout. I was surprised as to how good the movie looked overall, and I thought the characters were very well defined in this movie as well. And I was with it. I wasn't bored. It was an hour and 40 minutes. I liked the directions the story went down, and I found it interesting. And it's all about the characters. It's not really about a plot going on, really. It's mostly just exploring our main character and everything that he does. And this is another thing that I really liked about the movie is the writing and how the characters feel. And I do feel as though the characters are very well written and realized in a way that makes them feel authentic and feel as though they are either adults or kids. And the kids felt like kids to me, like it made sense to me. And I also kind of got a slice of the past almost in a way, with a good chunk of this movie taking place in a school. Like I do feel as though I got a good sense of what school life might have been like given the time period. And that was another thing that kept me going throughout this movie was just enjoying the time capsule nature of this movie. And I was also going into this movie expecting a lot of dialogue, but surprisingly, there was a lot less dialogue than I was anticipating. There are certain scenes in this movie that have little to no dialogue in them, and I thought it was great. It's just communicating everything through the visuals, and you don't really need much else outside of that. And I thought the music was good in this film as well, and it never conflicted with what I was being shown. And as far as issues that I have with the movie, there isn't really a whole lot to really complain about. I will say that the first half of this movie, I was with it and I liked what I was being given, but there wasn't really anything about it that blew me away and made me want to say, yes, this is something that I really want to come back to, and I got a huge emotional response out of it. But that didn't really happen in this movie. It was just consistent. Yes, that's good, that's good, that's good throughout the entire film. And I do think that's a good thing on one hand. However, I do wish that this movie just offered me something else other than just it being consistently solid. And there are some scenes in this movie where it just didn't really feel like it was building to anything. Like there's a scene in this movie where our main character is like at a circus or whatever. I get it, it's just trying to show off that he's just having fun in his free time and he's skipping school and there's stuff to be explored there, but I just feel as though it wasn't communicating any information that was new for the most part. There was one little tiny thing that we got that was, oh, that's kind of interesting to think about, but for the most part, I didn't really take away a whole lot else out of it. And also, a big surprise for me was I was laughing a decent amount in the beginning of the film. Like, I do feel so the movie was trying to be funny, like with all these kids just misbehaving in the classroom. I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. And there are other things that I could get into, but I don't want to spoil anything as I normally run into. Like, that's an ongoing problem that I find myself running into is how do you talk about a lot of this movie without spoiling anything? And I do feel as though, to a very certain extent, you can't really spoil a whole lot about this movie. It's very simple and it doesn't really go in super crazy directions like, say, a movie like this would be if it were made today, if that makes sense. Like, if this kind of movie came out today, I feel as though it would be either more restrictive or just crazier and to just have crazy things happen every 5 minutes. And I'm grateful that it's not that in a sense because it would probably ruin the tone and to be all over the place and to just have all these different moments that just feel conflicting with one another. So on paper, I can appreciate it for that, but at the same time, I just wish there was a bit more to chew on for me. Because I just left this movie feeling like, yeah, I just wish there was something else here that I could really connect with. But overall, I did think this was pretty good, very solid, enjoyable, and I would recommend it to people. And if you ever come across this movie, check it out. It's currently on HBO Max. That's how I watched it. It's on other streaming platforms for sure, but that's the one I watched it on. So definitely check this movie out whenever you get the chance. And with all that being said, I'm going to give The 400 Blows, a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of the 400 Blows, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for F1. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.